Hello everyone, hope you guys are having a great day so far. Today we're going to be drawing our own burrows. So burrows are homes that are underground. They're dug by animals who need to stay there during the winter time or any time of the year, just in a regulated temperature. So some larger animals tend to hibernate, eat a lot of food before they hibernate, and then stay off that energy so then they can come out in the spring. We're looking at all these sorts of details here. Some smaller animals, like squirrels, tend to collect food before they go underground and stay warm there. So to get started with these, we are going to be drawing a line of kind of a bumpy line for our dirt up there, and then a wavy line over top for our snow. Next, we're going to be drawing in our rooms. So I'm just using some kind of curved shapes. They could be any size, wherever you'd like. I would say at least 2, but no more than 5. Otherwise, it gets a little crowded or hard to make big enough rooms that we can fit some furniture in there. We're going to be making burrows that have some things that we would like to include, so maybe a place that you wouldn't mind staying. So in order to turn these into rooms, I'm going to be drawing an oval in the bottom of each shape. So now I can see my floor and my wall there. I'm going to do the same thing for each shape. Feel free to pause it if you guys need more space. So the bigger my oval is, the more floor space I'll have. So that's why I moved that oval back, just so I could see what it would look like if I had a bigger floor space there. We want to make sure that we include at least one kind of animal that typically lives in a burrow. So we have bunnies, we have mice, rats, we have even platypuses, I learned recently, and also tortoises. There's really so many different kinds of animals that like to go underground during the winter time, which is something new that I learned about recently. If you guys are wondering if there's any kind of animal that digs a burrow, just look it up and you might be surprised. I had students asking about lizards. Some lizards even live in burrows. We have yellow jacket wasps live in burrows. We have hedgehogs. We have groundhogs. So all sorts of different kinds of animals, prairie dogs. Really, it's pretty endless. But so here I am drawing my tunnels. So I'm connecting each room and just erasing the wall that went in between there. So let's watch me do that again. Connecting them both here. It's kind of like a fork in the road almost. Now I'm erasing the walls, so it's all going to be like one giant shape. So once we get to this step, we can start adding in some of those personal touches that make it feel really warm and cozy. You can think about what kind of family you might want to put in there. Maybe it's a burrow for a different fox family. Maybe you want to make a burrow for a group of bunnies. It's up to you. I'm drawing a fireplace now. Adding some logs and the fire. And then I'm going to turn it into a stone fireplace just by using some kind of irregular shaped circles so they look a bit more like rocks. Today we're just going to be focusing on getting all these details in, and then next class we're going to be tracing over our lines and coloring it in. So if we finish up early and we get there, then we can get started on that, but if not, no big deal. We're going to have time to work on it then. Now I'm drawing a couch. So I start with my arms, And then I have my cushions here, and then the back. I feel like those buttons really make it feel really kind of cute and cozy. Next, I'm adding in a little rug here. A little coffee table. I put a little puzzle so you can think about what kinds of activities you might want to have. Lamps are sometimes things that we forget about. Good details to add. So we just want to make sure that we're trying to fill this space with as much stuff as we can, just so we can make it feel really cozy and homey. If you're wondering about what you should add, you can think about maybe what are some things that you have in your own home. Just look around you. Now I'm drawing a little bunny reading a book. So we can make our animals doing kind of human things if we want to, or we could draw them, just being regular old animals. And that's really cool too. Now I'm adding some texture on the wall, just so it really looks like it's underground. So we can probably see like different kinds of rocks and pebbles and little roots coming through. Moving on to my kitchen here, I'm adding in a fridge, a little counter. I'm trying to follow the same kind of curve of the room, so it can be a little tricky. We'll see me do this a little, play around with it until I get it how I like it. And then once I have it close enough, I'll keep it. So I'm really trying to fill up my wall space. So that's why you see me adding all sorts of shelves with plates and cups on them. Just because I really want this to feel like someone's actual home. I'm drawing in a little vent. I thought it'd be cool if I made it the same kind of stone as the fireplace. Adding in that texture again on the walls. And then I have a little dining room table that I'm adding in. Some simple chairs just made with circles and ovals. And super skinny rectangles for legs. I gave them some placemats and a vase of flowers on the table, just so I could have a few more details. There's my sink. Moving on to the bedroom here, so I'm drawing a bed with a little backboard. Make sure I have some fluffy pillows. Now I'm drawing a blanket. I decided to make mine kind of checkered or plaid. Little side tables. They kind of look like trash cans, so I erased them, thought I would try again. That's the best thing about using pencil. You can always erase, make it just how we like it. So I decided to use kind of like a floating kind of shelf there, so then I didn't have to have a whole bunch of. Now I added a little frame, more texture on the walls. And then I decided it wasn't really looking like they were floating, just kind of looked like I forgot to draw legs, so I drew some legs in there too. Alrighty, and then down here I decided to make like a little kid's room. So drawing a bed from the side this time. Another blanket there. A little dresser with some books on top and a little potted plant. A little rug to play on. and a basket full of toys. I added some handles on there because I thought that looked really nice. It was kind of interesting to think about what are some toys that bunnies might play with. So I drew a ball and maybe a tiny stuffed bunny just because we have, you know, kids like to play with babies sometimes. So I thought maybe they'd want kind of a smaller version of themselves. Maybe some toy carrots. Adding more texture in there. Doorknobs, not doorknobs, but snobs for my drawer. I added a little horizon line so we can see where the land meets the sky. Adding in some trees here. Using zigzag lines to help make them look like pine needles. And then there's my entrance. So I just used a really skinny oval, snowflakes to help make it feel like it's really snowing outside. Adding lamps. Fixing my mistakes. And adding some even more texture just like behind there too, just to make it feel like, you know, this is really underground. And we're getting a look at what's underneath the surface. So I'm adding little vents so the smoke from my fire has somewhere to go. Tracing over my lines so they're a little easier to see. Once we finish up this step, we can trace over with a black marker or like a skinny black marker if we have one. Or we could use color pencil or crayons, whatever we have available is gonna work just fine. After this step, we're all done for today, and we're gonna finish these up next time. Alrighty, everyone, have a great week. I'll see you then. Oh, I learned bunnies with their ears down. Like our ears get cold, their ears get cold, so they keep them down just to help keep them warm. Erasing some of those lines that went through them just to make them finish it up, clean them up. And there is my teeny tiny bunny about to go into his burrow. Thanks, everyone.